Good evening, glad that you are watching your channel of choice on TV 47 News tonight. Tonight, families come to terms with deaths of loved ones in the hands of a police officer.
I have nothing to do. I'm a mother of 3. I have no job.
Government cautions Kenyans as the Omicron coronavirus variant is discovered in neighboring Uganda.
Variants will come and variants will go. That is the nature of the viruses we are dealing with.
Plus, Kenyan woman paints a grim picture of working conditions in Gulf countries.
Siku hiyo akaniambia niingie, tukibishana niingie, nikakataa kuingia, akanirusha, nikaangukia mabati ya stock.
Mini Mbesa is our sign language interpreter. Good evening, I'm Abubakar Abdullahi. Welcome to the broadcast. To our top story, and tonight, police officers from Kabete police station are investigating a bizarre case where one police officer attached to the station went on a shooting spree, killing 5 people moments after killing his wife. The officer, identified as Benson Imbatu, later shot himself as police officers from Kabete, in assistance with border riders, launched a manhunt. Mwangi Maina begins our broadcast tonight.
Tuesday morning, and Kangemi area within Westlands constituency was turned into a battlefield as police officers engaged irate members of the public in running battles after a police officer went berserk and murdered 6 people before turning the trigger on himself. According to Dagoretti Sub-County Police Commander Francis Wahome, the officer was on duty before excusing himself and went to his house armed with an AK-47 rifle, where he first killed his wife before going on a shooting spree targeting members of the public.
Excuse kidogo, na alienda kwa nyumba yake na akampiga risasi mke wake. Ni kama jambo hilo liliweza kumsubua, na hapo akatoka. Akachukua gari lake na ile bunduki ambayo alikuwa nayo. Yeyote yule aliyekuwa anampata kwa njia ilikuwa ni target yake.
Some border riders who met the killer officer in the wee hours of Tuesday morning will live to tell tales after they escaped death by a whisker.
Bikiwa chairman simu akaniambia endo angalie nini afanyika Kishagi. Mimi kutoka hivi nikikunywa mafuta tosha, nikapatana mwili ya kwanza Viongo Road. Nikakuja tena kidogo nikapatana mwili ingine. Tulimuka hapa St. Joseph na nikapatana marafiki wangu, tukasimama nikaongea nao, ndio tukaongea tukaita maaskari.
Akatoka ndani mwenye tunafahamu anaitwa Mr. Pen. Akatoka na AK-47 akatumulika, akaanza kutunyanyasa malisasi. Ilibidi tumeepa. Tulikuwa wasee 4 na wengine wanduti tukaepa stage.
He was my breadwinner.
While others were lucky to escape death, others weren't. Winfred Nyambura lost her husband, a border rider, to the trigger-happy cop. Nyambura says her husband, who worked at night, did not return home in the morning as usual, only for neighbors to inform her that he was among the victims.
Mimi nililala kitu allowed 11, nikampigia simu, nikamwambia si tumelala. Akaniambia sawa kesho. Nikamwambia ni sawa. Then juu niko na mtoto mdogo, mtoto allowed saa 9, akaamka. Akaanza kuniuliza mama babako wapi? Kamwambia babako job, anakuja. Mtoto akalala. Kafika tena allowed 6. Mtoto akaamka tena. Akaniuliza baba amekuja? Nikamwambia baba bado hajakuja. From there so I started calling. Nikampigia simu. Hakuna mwenye anapick. Nikabia hata jirani jaribu hii call uone kama kuna mwenye atashika. Finally hakuna, nobody who is responding. Then I took my action. Nikatoka.
Her husband, Amos Njoroge, was the sole breadwinner to his young family, with Nyambura calling on the government to intervene for the families who lost their loved ones.
Nimekuja nimethibitisha kwa pikipiki, nikaona pikipiki yake ndio hii. Nagojea sana niende mochari niende niangalia mwili yake. I have nothing to do. I'm a mother of 3. I have no job. I don't know where to start.
It is alleged that the killer police head a few months ago killed a civilian, a case that is before the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA.
It's not the first time hii issue imetendeka. Huyu ofisa kuna mtu aliua hapa chini around 6 months ago, of which kesi yake iko kwa IPOA. Sisi tunataka tujue, is the report out ya hiyo IPOA? And if the report is out, what is the police officers doing?
Angalie IPOA inakuja kufanya investigation kwa hii mambo ili watuambie ni hasa nini ilifanyika, na tunataka pia Inspector of Police aanze kuweka mikakati ya kupeleka ya kuleta psychologist katika kikosi cha polisi.
Following today's shocking murders, the National Police Service has been implored to prioritize the issues of mental health among police officers to avert such cases in the future. Mwangi Maina, TV47 from Kabete Police Station, Nairobi.
Moving on, Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i has paid tribute to officers who lost their lives in the line of duty over the last 1 year. The Internal Security Chief assured Kenyans that the National Police Service and the Kenya Prison Service have undertaken steps to institutionalize the welfare of officers. According to Matiang'i, the creation of an accurate digital record of officers' dependents and next of kin will see the expedition of gratuity and benefit payments, which were previously delayed over disputed relations and court cases on succession. He was accompanied by the Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai, and the Director of Criminal Investigations, George Kinoti. Well, from security matters, let's get to health. And Uganda has confirmed 7 cases of the Omicron variant today. According to Ugandan government, the 7 cases were found among travelers from Nigeria and South Africa who are said to have entered the landlocked country last month. This even as the Kenyan government warns the international community against knee-jerk reactions to a virus that is highly mutative. Our health reporter Zainab Mohammed reports more.
The Omicron variant is now in Uganda. According to the Director of Clinical Services, Charles Olaru, the cases were found among 7 travelers, 5 of them originating from Nigeria, while 2 from South Africa. Others were said to have traveled into Uganda from Netherlands, United Arab Emirates, and the Democratic Republic of Congo on the 29th of November. Reports indicating the travelers used Kenya Airways, Uganda Airlines, as well as Ethiopian Airways into Uganda. The Ugandan government says out of 13 samples collected, 7 turned positive for the variant. This even as the Kenyan government warns the international community against knee-jerk reactions to a virus that is highly mutative. According to Health CS Mutahi Kagwe, there shouldn't be a travel ban every time a new variant emerges.
But we are also appealing for the global community not to have a knee-jerk reaction to situations. Variants will come and variants will go. That is the nature of the viruses we are dealing with.
The country is exactly 14 days away from the no vaccination, no services ban, with the government insisting that it will not loosen its grip on the matter. According to the Ministry of Health, come the 21st of December, Kenyans will not be able to access vital services without proof of vaccination.
We have set that deadline very clearly and a long time ago to say that if you want to get on the train, if you want to go to a restaurant, if you want to go to a government office, if you want to get onto a plane, if you want to leave Kenya, you will have to be vaccinated. And for that reason, we are telling Kenyans, don't wait for the last moment
Meanwhile, the country received a consignment of 4.3 million J&J vaccine doses from the German government via the COVAX facility and an additional 400,000 AstraZeneca vaccine from Argentina. Zainab Mohammed, T47.
Moving on, a day after the deaths of more than 4 people due to alleged alcohol poisoning in Jawadho village, Njoro area of Nakuru County, Rift Valley Coordinator George Natembea visited the area today with a promise by the government. Chichi Josephine tells us what that promise is.
News that a group of friends who were merrymaking made their untimely death due to illicit brews in this area is slowly sinking in. With the government now stepping in to avert more preventable deaths. Rift Valley Coordinator George Natembea on Tuesday visiting the area to determine and confirm the number of deaths.
Demand ya pombe Njoro iko juu sana. Hata mimi nijifungua biashara kuunda tu hapa nichanganya vitu nitakuwa na mtu ya kunywa siku hiyo. Hata umulizi huyu Natembea na koroga nini? Nyinyi mnakunywa tu.
Natembea affirms that the government is responsible for ensuring that the illicit alcohol trade is eradicated.
Sio kwamba hakuna hatua imekwenda kuchukuliwa. Lakini pia kuna wale maofisa wote ambao pia wamezembea tu ile habari ambayo tumepata. Kuna watu ambao wamezembea ambao pia wanachukua hongo kidogo. Wanapita huko. Kila saa kwenda kuchukua pesa huko, kuchukua pesa kwa ambao wanauza kifu. Si mmesema namna hiyo? Na wala ambao mnasema ni watu sugu, wala ambao wanauza hii pombe hii. Mmesema ni Kamau na Njambi na nani mwingine?
According to some residents here, some rogue police officers accept bribes to look the other way when conducting raids to root out those in the illegal business, something that Natembea has promised will soon be a thing of the past.
Wakati ambapo tunaenda na kutaja na kusema kuna pombe mahali fulani, inaenda na inachukuliwa. Lakini baada ya siku moja ama masaa kadhaa, wauzaji wa pombe wako nje na wanauza bila kuogopa.
Nilisikia wakisema ni food poisoning. Nauliza kama ni food poisoning, tuonyeshwe ni hoteli gani hiyo ilikuliwa hiyo chakula. Kama hapa Njoro, ili tujue chakula hoteli inapika chakula ambayo iko na poison ni gani.
Tutakuja kufanya msako hapa mkubwa sana watu wa KRA, watu wa Kenya Bureau of Standards. Maana hapa mimi naona kuna counterfeit iko mingi sana hapa. Tumekuwa tunatembea hapa, kuna wengine wamekuwa wanapiga simu wanaambia ukora jifiche. Si ndio? Ile msafara ya mamba ikozi Mburukenge. Sinakuwa namna hiyo. Tumekuwa na Mburukenge mingi tukifanya kazi hapa. Mnaenda kwa duka napata hata mama amewacha ugali kwa meko amekimbia, alijuaje tunakuja? Kwa sababu kuna wakora ambao anafikiri kwamba kimwambia yeye atoroke anafikiri yako safe. Hiyo pombe ambayo inaua watu itakuja kukutana na mahali pengine atakuja kukugonga.
He has called on young people to take responsibility and avoid the harmful effects brought about by alcoholism. Chichi Josephine, TV47, Nakuru.
Now, the hearing of 7 billion shillings graft case facing Madira Member of Parliament Rigathi Gachagua has been postponed to September next year. Appearing before Senior Magistrate Rose Makungu at the Milimani Anti-Corruption Court, lawyers representing the Member of Parliament told the court that they were not served with all the witness statements. The MP is facing charges of conspiracy to commit an offence of corruption, fraudulent accusation of public property and money laundering after it was alleged that he defrauded Nyeri County Government 27.4 million shillings between May 2013 and December 2016. I beg your pardon, the alleged defrauding was between May 2015 and December 2016. Well, still in the corridors of justice, and the Environment and Lands Court has suspended the ongoing renovation at Nairobi Uhuru Park Justice Edward Waboto of the Environment and Lands Court ruled that the order will remain in force pending the hearing and determination of a case filed by the Communist Party of Kenya. From the corridors of justice, you are watching TV 47 News Tonight. Time for us to take a short break. Stay with us.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Kutoka COVID ianze, kuna venye ilini affect kwangu. Watu wenye nilikuwa nabeba waka reduce.
When COVID-19 struck last year, our business that is generally driven by marketing activities, promotional activities, came sort of to a standstill due to the curfew and the lockdowns. In July, we got an opportunity to work with MasterCard Foundation, and it was a campaign that was geared at communicating the effects of COVID-19, as well as providing the much needed PPE for the market.
We came up with a solution that involved offering them training via a USSD curriculum using the international COVID protocols, especially from WHO, and then give them creation awareness merchandise, branded reflector jackets with key messages, and we also included masks as well as sanitizers, because when they are able to protect themselves, they're able to protect their families, and then also this has a ripple effect to the communities that they serve and that they live in.
Measures zenye nimechukua kujikinga na hii COVID ni kutumia sanitizer wakati wote ninaingia kwa boma ya mtu, na ninavaa barakoa kila wakati ninafanya kazi. Ninakinga wale ambao ninafanyia kazi na wale ambao ninabeba wakati tunaenda kazini. Leo nilikuja kuleta bibi yangu kwa service, nikapewa reflector, nikapewa sanitizer na nikapewa barakoa pia. Ninashukuru.
Tukapewa reflectors, tukapewa mask na sanitizers. Before nibebe msee, corona iko. So wana take zero precaution. Ana sanitize, anavaa mask, then asikubali bebe watu wawili. Keep that distance.
When they brand the Boda Boda rider, it's not only him that gets the message, but anybody else who, the customer, and anyone else who sees the message. The MasterCard Foundation initiative is impact-oriented in many ways. For the business, it is helping to keep jobs, and we are able to keep our staff at work.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Maumivu ya kizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari. Power, supply, demand. But herein lies a gap that is widening by the day.
Sometimes in the distant future, probably 15 years or more, we are going to run short of energy.
So, is nuclear electricity a reality in the offing in Kenya?
We can only work with that and say, can we work now hard to achieve it by 2036?
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. starting the 7th of December 2021, TV47 in collaboration with the Nuclear Power and Energy Agency brings you a special nuclear series featuring stakeholders.
There is no way around other than providing stable energy in Kenya. Otherwise, the sustainable development we talk about is stories.
Women in nuclear.
It's just a profession like any other. Don't look at yourself as a woman. Look at yourself as a scientist.
the young generation's perspective on nuclear energy.
This may stand to impact generations to come.
Nuclear is the future.
As well as informative documentaries to brighten up your future. Only on TV47. Are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back to TV47 News Tonight. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get to some politics now. And the preparations for the Azimio la Umoja meeting set to take place this Friday at Kasarani Stadium are at the tail end, with ODM members urging Kenyans to be ready for what they say is a big announcement likely to change the politics of the country. The meeting, which is expected to bring together thousands of Raila's supporters, comes amid lack of clarity on ODM and Jubilee pact ahead of the 2022 general elections. Elizabeth Mutuku reports.
The stage is set for Orange Democratic Movement leader Raila Odinga's big day at the historic Kasarani Stadium, with ODM leaders promising Kenyans what they term as ground-shaking announcement by the ODM boss.
And I want to be very, very clear that this is not going to be ODM meeting. It's not ODM function. It is a Azimio la Umoja function, where we are going to listen to Raila Amolo Odinga speak to the people of Kenya. Siku hiyo ndio utajibu wa Kenya vile anavyotaka, na tutasikia hotuba yake siku hiyo, na ile hotuba muhimu ambayo itatokea hapa siku hiyo ni hotuba ya baba. Yeye ndio atahutubia wa Kenya. Hawa ni supporters yetu tayari wameshafika. Wameshaanza kuingia. Unasikia delegates wamefika. Hii mambo imeshika moto ndugu zangu. Inji inatetemeka.
Central Province people, they are calling me. They don't even want to be given transport, but they want to be here and see Baba and hear what Baba is going to tell the country. So all of us are ready to hear what Baba will tell us on Friday. So as members of parliament, we are all here to support the initiative. We in Nairobi, we know, and mostly in Central Province, there are so many people who want to come on Friday, and they are eager. They don't even want to be ferried, but they want even to sleep here so that they can get us safe.
The unity pact between former political rivals dominating the ongoing preparations for Raila's big day. ODM leaders met those from Jubilee, with sources indicating that plans to form a united front and propel Raila to State House being fine-tuned. The ODM and Jubilee merger talks, however, are yet to come up with a clear deal on the proposed coalition.
Oh, they will be here. They will be Jubilee people. And you have heard me appealing to Nairobi people, and mostly from, you have heard me even saying yesterday we had a meeting of Jubilee delegate and ODM. That's that we are here.
Nazi ni ya kila siku. Kuna matunda mengine ambayo kwamba ni ya msimu maembe. Kwa hivyo hizi siasa za jamaa wenye kuvaa mashati za yellow sijui ama rangi gani sijui, uwezi kufikia watu katika msimu uone kwa thamani yako itakuwa ni sawa na yule ambaye kwamba yuko pale kila siku.
The Azimio la Umoja meeting is expected to bring together delegates from ODM, Jubilee and One Kenya Alliance, with over 50,000 supporters expected to grace the event.
And here, come and attest to what Baba will say. Come and witness Baba, the greatest there was, the greatest there is, and the greatest there will ever be. Come and see Baba. And on Friday, we expect you to leave anything you are doing, as we'll be rewriting history. Come and attest how hope will be rekindled in the nation.
Women of Kenya, answering the question, in whose hands are the women of Kenya safe? Na Ijumaa, kina mama wote wa Kenya wataona ya kwamba the women of Kenya are safe in the hands of Baba.
With thousands of Odinga's supporters expected at the Azimio la Umoja meeting on Friday, men will be keen to see if the deal between ODM and Jubilee will be actualized. Elizabeth Mutuko, TV47, Kasarani, Nairobi.
Elsewhere, insecurity concerns dominated Deputy President William Ruto's campaign in Laikipia County a day after the DP accused senior government officials for allegedly using the criminal justice system to advance their political agenda. The DP says his government, if elected, will solve the issue of conflict arising from resources in Laikipia County. Ruto's allies in Laikipia County urged the DP to focus on tightening security matters in the region.
Deputy President William Ruto has yet again taken a swipe at ODM boss Raila Odinga and his competitors, one day after Ruto accused the government of using the criminal justice system to frustrate his allies and his 2022 presidential bid. Ruto allies have blamed Interior CS Fred Matiang'i for what he said was being active in politics instead of focusing on matters in security, a major challenge in Laikipia counties.
Laisi umeongea yote, ile ya usalama ndio tunazingatia, ni kilomita 5 ukisikia risasi ikilia tunapigwa na watu. Na tunajua utayazingatia yote.
Laisi wa 5, ukipata hii kiti ya president utapata. Tunaongea maneno ya security hapa. Tunaongea maneno ya NPR. Ndio NPR wakuje watushikie maneno ya security.
He has abandoned his work. That is why you find our security officers, askari ambao ni vijana, watoto wetu, wanauana wenyewe kwa wenyewe, wanaua raia because they are disturbed, because we have abandoned taking care of even their welfare. Tuambie Matiang'i ama tusimwambie?
The CS Matiang'i, uache maneno ya siasa, uache kutumia pesa ya security kwa siasa, ukuje umake sure Laikipia security merudi.
The second in command has assured Laikipia residents that if elected, his government will eliminate conflicts over resources such as water and pasture by investing in pastoralist areas, ensure sufficient water for livestock, and also provide farmers with subsidized farm inputs to produce enough food.
Tuliwaahidi ya kwamba tutapanga ajira ya hawa vijana, na tutapanga kilimo, na tutapanga mambo ya universal health coverage katika ile mpango ya Big 4. Mimi nataka niwaambie hiyo program ya Big 4 haijatembea vile tulikuwa tumepanga.
And as small political parties continue to emerge, with some seen as negotiating tools, the DP has urged the need of uniting under his party, which he says will address issues affecting different regions.
Italete pembe zote za Kenya pamoja, ili tuweze kupata nguvu ya kuunda serikali itakayoshughulikia Wakenya wote bila ya kujali mahali wametoka, dini, rangi, kabila, kwa sababu sisi wote ni ndugu moja wa taifa moja la Kenya.
The DP held roadside stopovers and engaged people of Sipili, Kinamba, Karandi, Kimuriot, Gatirima, Mudhengera and Koanjiku centers in Laikipia County, accompanied by his allies from the region and a section of leaders from Mount Kenya region. Paul Kirobi, TV47.
Hey. UDA.
Elsewhere, One Kenya Alliance leaders today toured Taita Taveta County to galvanize support ahead of the 2022 general elections. Oka principals Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper, Musalia Mudavadi of ANC, Kanu's Gideon Moi and Moses Wetangula of Ford Kenya addressed rallies in Mwatate and Wundanyi constituencies, perceived to be ODM leader Raila Odinga's strongholds. The leaders have pledged to work together irrespective of their party affiliations to promote peaceful coexistence in the electioneering period.
Tabia yao ni kuanza kupigana. Mimi ni wakili mwanasheria, yule ndugu weta ni mwanasheria. Unaanza kubishana na mahakama ya Kenya. Jaji mkuu wa Kenya lazima heshimike. Kuna serikali 3, kwa moja, 3 in 1. Inyakuwa wengine ardhi yenu mkiona nyinyi wataita ni wakarimu zaidi. Ukarimu wenu saa ingine umeletea shida. Mimi nataka ukatangazie sasa, muwe mnachunguza wengine wanaletea mawilbaro na kwambia tutakomboa, anakupatia wheelbarrow hapa na anakunyang'anya ardhi ekari 1000.
Shamba Taita Taveta, Kalonzo hana shamba hapa, Gideon hana shamba, Weta hana shamba. Kwa hivyo lazima tujiulize, watu wakisema watakuja kutatua mambo ya ardhi, mambo ya ranches hapa, na yeye yuko na special interest, ataweza kweli? Ataweza kweli? Sisi hatuna special interest kwa mashamba ya watu wa Taita Taveta.
Elimu ya bure, ndugu zangu, siku hizi bila elimu utakuwa na shida, na tunajua ile shida iko mbele. Serikali ya Oka itahakikisha kwamba tutakuwa na elimu, ile elimu ya juu, free, and mwananchi wa kawaida anaumia zaidi kwa vitu viwili: kusomesha mtoto na matibabu. Kweli rongo? Oka ikiingia, kila mwananchi wa Kenya, awe msukuma bodaboda, awe mama mboga, awe ni nani, hata warembo wetu wenye mnafanya ile kazi ya jioni, kila mtu atapata kadi ya NHIF.
Well, from One Kenya Alliance leaders who are in Taita Taveta County, earlier on we reported of Deputy President William Ruto, who made a charm offense to Laikipia County. Before that, we reported on ODM leader Raila Odinga's Azimio la Umoja preparations. Of course, that is set for Friday. You are watching the home of unbiased, balanced news. Time for us to take another short break. Stay with us.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Nothing beats the freedom of overcoming the limitations of distance, time, and space. At Mount Kenya University, we offer internationally recognized education through the open, distance, and electronic learning, giving you the flexibility of studying from any part of the world and graduating on time. Simple? Great. Intake is in progress. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities.
MobiKey the car market is the new used car dealer in Kenya. MobiKey the car market is part of the JAP Group, a centenary company that is the leading reference in the automotive sector in Portugal and has established itself in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Mozambique, and Angola. A market reference that was built with hard work year after year, vision, boldness, and social responsibility, establishing a standard for sustainable growth that each employee embraces. We are proud to have more than 2,000 devoted employees that each day service our clients. MobiKey the car market promises to our clients the best cars, certified cars with 120 points checked, the best service, 100% satisfaction guarantee with pre-delivery inspection, the best price, found cheaper, tell us where, total transparency. All our cars have genuine mileage and certificate of origin. Find us at MobiKey the car market, Penzi Park, Mombasa Road on 071 6666 111. Visit our website on www.mobilekeycarmarket.co.ke. At Trisent School of Medical Health Science and Technology, we offer highly competitive courses tailor-made to suit your needs. These include certificate and diploma in theatre technology, medical engineering, nutrition and dietetics, science lab, health records, environmental health science, counseling psychology, applied biology, social work and community development information and communication technology, computer engineering, information systems, among others. January 2022 intake is ongoing. Register now at our Nairobi campus in Nairobi West around Nyayo Stadium on 0700-129-536. Our Juja campus next to Jomo Kenyatta University on 0700-000-760. And our Kisumu campus opposite Swan Center, Oginga Odinga Street on 0703-201-229. Trison School of Medical Health, Science and Technology, where careers come to life. Entrepreneurs around the country are creatively grinding.
I started with a borrowed phone.
A borrowed phone?
Yeah, that could last 2 hours with charge.
We just have to do quality work for them.
To make their mark in an unpredictable market.
It was now going on a sales venture, looking for stockists door to door.
On the grind, we bring you their stories so you can tell yours. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Men are known to be the pillars.
We're rising up together.
Say your point. You need an alpha male now to come and help you and your girl.
Ameongea zero.
And women, they are the cornerstone that hold the pillars.
Don't be entitled. A man is peaceful, a man knows how to talk to a lady.
This November, the Men's Conference brings a cocktail of diverse ladies to weigh in on various matters.
Something I'd love more to see is men being able to exist as themselves.
Tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Hello guys, and welcome to Night In with Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu.
Heartbreak, pain, and tears have been a major part of Night In Season 1. We thank you for being with us on this journey, and for this upcoming season, we will bring you more empowering stories that not everyone is talking about.
This is the only show where we keep it authentic. We share our lifetime experiences, and you know what? Tell every person that you can turn your pain into power.
Join Joy Irungu on Night In as we take the brave step of sharing.
The road to 2022 is becoming tougher.
Nyuma ya wheelbarrow kuna economic model.
And trickier with each passing day.
Niliwaambia washushe chini bei ya mafuta.
Political aspirants in a dilemma whether to change allegiance or not.
How has Raila and the handshake made Jubilee lose focus?
You've seen Raila Odinga flying military choppers.
Our people have never been called to Uhuru Park to unite. They have always united out of their own volition.
Reduce your madness.
Kenyans are suffering.
Would that be fair to conclude?
I don't want your state to be sued. Is that Jubilee government has never been able to sponsor
TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back. Now, the construction of the deadly River Nziu Bridge will begin next year. The government has announced plans to construct the bridge following the death of over 30 people on Saturday. Andrin Kilemi reports from Mwingi.
Nziu Bridge, the scene that claimed the lives of 33 Kenyans on Saturday. But 2 days later, the bridge is dry. A different story from Saturday. In 2019 and 2020, a number of people died while trying to cross this river. In the river, concrete slabs stand as testament that some construction was taking place, a project that stalled. But now, the government has promised to construct a 500 million shilling bridge as a lasting solution. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Transport, Professor Mwangi Maringa, speaking at the scene, affirmed that the construction tender will be signed in 3 weeks' time.
In 3 weeks' time, therefore, 2 weeks for the waiting period, the appeals period, another 1 week for contract documentation, preparation and approvals. We hope to sign a contract with the new contractor in 3 weeks. Thereafter, normally we give contractors 28 days, roughly a month, to mobilize. But because of the urgency of this matter, in agreement, we will be asking the contractor to mobilize in exactly 2 weeks. Yeah? So in our estimations of a period of 1 month and 1 week.
The Saturday accident was not the first to be witnessed. In 2018, 5 people died here after they were washed downstream following heavy rains. 2 months later, after the incident, 5 people who were from attending a funeral met their deaths at the place that is now known as a dangerous spot in Kitui County. However, before construction of the bridge begins next year, repairs of the bridge will be done starting next week to avert further loss.
We are going to reinforce the concrete on the right-hand side as you're traveling through NZU to Nu, because the soils there are a little bit more stable. We are adding in an additional about 1.5 to 2 meters.
The government has further promised to hasten the construction period to 10 months instead of 2 years.
But we're in agreement, we don't have 2 years to wait. We're not going to lose any more lives in here. So the DG for Kera will be driving a team that intends to deliver this bridge in 10 months or less.
This even as families of the deceased await for the DNA results to fully identify their loved ones. The narrative of this bridge right here, which residents term as the Bridge of Death, is likely to change in a month's time. Before then, however, locals have been urged to avoid using the bridge, especially when the river swells. Andrin Kilemi, TV47, Mwingi, Kitui County.
Elsewhere, the fate of 4 miners still trapped in Bondo mines is hanging by the thread, even as locals do everything to rescue them. Sierra Deputy County Commissioner Richard Karani says they are still in conversation with the 4 and expressed optimism of pulling them out of the mines alive.
Tangu watu wanne watolewe mpaka leo, 4 walibaki huko ndani. Kwa vile walibaki huko ndani, watu wale wanafanya kazi kwa simu wanajaribu kuwatoa, lakini mchanga bado inamwagika inarudi ndani. Sasa tungeomba serikali aone mbinu ya kukuja kuwasaidia watu ili watoke kwa simu. Wasasi tunasikia uchungu kwa moyo yetu sababu watu wako ndani, hatuwezi kuwaona. Wengine wanasema watu wengine wako hai na tujui ukweli, lakini tunangoja ukweli itokee wakitolewa. Sisi sema tuko 50-50. Hapo watuwezi sema wako hai ama wamekufa. Hata vile wako hapo ndani, kuna wengine wanaweza kuwa hai ndio, lakini hali walio sio mzuri.
Semekana watu 4 wako ndani ya shimo, hatujulikani hiyo shimo iko mbali saidi gani. Maana yenyewe tunasumbuka, watu wanajaribu kuwasaidia, na hiyo usaidizi watu hawezi na mkono peke yao. Tunaomba serikali ifanye juhudi vile inaweza kutusaidia. Tunaomba sisi wa mama tunasikia uchungu. Mimi tangu shemegi wangu aingie kwa shimo sijakula hata kitu chochote.
Still trying, the rescuers are still trying their best. The survivors are still communicating, and we believe we are going to rescue them alive. So us, we will not lose hope. We've been here since Thursday with my disaster security team and GAO. So we'll still continue camping here until we get our brothers.
Elsewhere, lack of adequate employment opportunities in the country has forced many Kenyans to resort to traveling abroad with the hope of securing job opportunities there, with a section of them getting good jobs while others are forced to put their lives at risk. just to make a living. Take a look.
Mary Wanjiru, a 32-year-old woman, traveled to Saudi Arabia on 22nd April this year with the hope of securing employment so as to lift her family from poverty.
Nikaenda kwa agent, akaniambia iko vacance ya kwenda Saudi Arabia. Nikajaza hizo form na nikakaa afu tena nikaenda Saudi Arabia. Venye nilienda Saudi Arabia nilipata kazi. Na nikakaa na mdosi wangu.
To her surprise, the grass that she hoped would be greener on the other side wasn't what she pictured in mind. The motivation and will she had when she got the job suddenly vanished when her misery began the moment her employer pushed her from the balcony of the story building.
Siku hiyo akaniambia niingie, tukibishana niingie, nikakataa kuingia, akanirusha. Nikaangukia mabati ya store. Kuangukia mabati ya store, venye nilianguka nikachukua mfereji. Hapo palikuwa na mfereji, nikachukua mfereji nikagongea neighbor akatoka, nikamwambia nisaidie. Nimwambia nisaidie, akanitia ambulance nikanipeleka hosi.
The scars of the fateful day is still haunting her. Mary has been left paralyzed on a wheelchair without the ability to walk around like she used to.
Naweza taka serikali inisaidie venye naweza tibika, miguu zangu zirudi, nikuwe sawa. Ndio nianze kushughulikia watoto wangu. Sasa nikikaa kwa wheelchair, kuna venye mambo mingi yangu itasimama juu hata mama yangu ana uwezo ati venye anaweza chukua watoto afanye pamoja.
Counting what transpired, Wanjiru pointed out that a lot of Kenyans working in the Gulf countries go through physical abuse like she did, but in silence.
Kila mtu anapitia, ni venye ananyamaza tu.
The government has been urged to set aside funds so as to boost the economy and create more job opportunities for Kenyans and prevent such inhumane incidences from being reported.
Tungetaka vijana wetu wasaidiwe, tupanue uchumi hapa ili waweze kupata kazi hapa nchini, wawaje kwenda nje ambapo wanaenda kudhulumiwa.
Lavin Atieno, TV 47.
Moving on, President Uhuru Kenyatta has received diplomatic credentials from 6 new ambassadors posted to Kenya during a brief welcoming ceremony event held at State House today. Speaking during the welcoming event, President Kenyatta said that Kenya is committed to strengthening bilateral ties with the respective countries and wished them a successful tour of duty in the country.
As you serve, and God bless Kenya.
Welcome you to Nairobi. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure and honor to have you. And through you, to please pass on our warmest and kindest regards to His Majesty, to speak Mr. B. I look forward to working with you as we did with your predecessor to ensure that those ties become stronger and firmer as we move forward. Welcome to Nairobi. Thank you.
Excellency, let me introduce my colleagues. Mr. Abdullah, he is my one. And the Councillor of Trade, Mr. Bitam. They have
Your Excellency, allow me, Your Excellency, to present the compliments of His Majesty King Felipe VI and the people of Spain to you personally, and through you to the people of Kenya.